Session 6 of Behold, I'm Doing a New Thing. We are at a time in history when the Church of God is being challenged in a way that it hasn't been for the last few hundred years. Most recently, the COVID pandemic has changed the church in quite a radical way. God's shaking us up, but not to destroy things. He wants us to change. He's doing a new thing. And we'd all love him to send us a text and tell us what it is and what we're supposed to be doing, but he doesn't work that way. One of the things we've been saying is that we need to be able to let go of the past, not to live back in that. We started with the verse from Isaiah 43:19. See, I'm doing a new thing. Now it springs up. Do you not perceive it? I'm making a way in the desert and streams in the wasteland. Now he had reminded them that he was the God that brought them out of Egypt, made them able to escape by drying up the Red Sea so that they could walk across on dry ground, but then letting the water come back and drown the whole Egyptian army. This was a miracle. But there was also another miracle as they came to enter the Promised Land. They were standing at the Jordan River, the Promised Land's on the other side. And it was flood time, it was springtime, the river was in flood. But God told the priests carrying the Ark of the Covenant to step into the water, and as soon as they did, that flood water began to back up, and they were able to walk across, all the Hebrew people, on dry ground. Now, the people on the other side had presumed that that river was such a barrier that they were quite safe. The barrier of water had been miraculously removed in both cases, and the people remembered those amazing acts. So it was easy for them to see water as a barrier, but a barrier that God would overcome. But Isaiah is speaking of something completely different. He says the people were to be led through the desert to go back to their homeland. And what you need most in the desert is water. So God was going to take them back through the desert, and what had been their barrier would now be their blessing. Isaiah 43:20-21. The wild animals honour me, the jackals and the owls, because I provide water in the desert and streams in the wasteland, to give drink to my people, my chosen, the people I formed for myself, that they may proclaim my praise. So God was turning what had been a barrier into what was to be their blessing. Now, it's such a strong pull on us to go back to the past, do things the way we always have. The book of Hebrews was written to Jewish people who'd come to Jesus, but it seems like the pull of the Jewish law and the Jewish customs was so strong that they were in danger of going back that way. And that's why the writer is saying to them, no, come on, Jesus is the fulfillment of that law, and the only way is following him. He's warning them, don't go back to the old ways. God is a way maker. We don't know how, but we do need to know who. The best is never behind us, it's always ahead. The new things we face are not just repeating the ways of the past. They can come about if we have a real passion and courage to follow Jesus, even if that might bring us into conflict with society and even our church. I said to the man who stood at the gate of the ear, give me the light that I may tread safely into the unknown. And he replied, go out into the dark, put your hand in the hand of God, and that will be to you better than the light and safer than the known way. I said to the man who stood at the gate of the ear, give me the light that I may tread safely into the unknown. And he replied, go out into the dark, put your hand in the hand of God, and that will be to you better than the light and safer than the known way.
touching